Do you like cocktails? Do you like anime? Do you like getting sloshed at 12 p.m.? Uh, good writing? Well, then you might like this brand new anime. It is Bartender Glass of God, and it is strangely infatuating. Like, I'm not really exactly sure what it is that draws you into the show, but it's about a genius up-and-coming like bartender named Ryu, or Sasakura, as people know him, and he is kind of this mysterious character, but also kind of like a blend of like Ted Danson from Cheers. And it's not only that he's just this amazing bartender, it's that he has this weird way of reading people. Like, if you walk into this bar, he works at this bar called Eden Hall. That's this weird little like side bar in Japan, and people will walk in and they'll be like, make me a drink that you think I'll like, which, as a former bartender, I bartended for like 4 years. I can guarantee you not many people do that, but it does test your knowledge in reading what this person might enjoy, because, you know, people hate gin, people hate bourbon, and then some people love gin, some people love bourbon, and vice versa, and it just goes on and on and on. But he somehow, just from like the clothes on your back, the way you're carrying yourself, or if your neck's too tight, can pull out of his encyclopedia knowledge of drinks and mixology exactly what your taste buds need. And it is kind of cool, because it's not just so much he's just like, yeah, I know what you want. It's like he also gives kind of a history lesson on every drink that he pours someone, which, as a former bartender, again, it makes this really interesting kind of like history lore with each beverage. Like, he'll make like a bowl shot, he'll make a gin fizz, and it's just these weird kind of obscure drinks that I think, honestly, the common person that orders cocktails at a bar doesn't think to order. You're always like, I'm gonna go with my Manhattans, my old fashions, you know, my White Claws, and then you just kind of go on your way. But Rio just has this gift for making the perfect drink for you. Anyway, the story kind of after that point, once you kind of get past the introduction, there's this company that's like creating this like massive hotel by this guy that's got a lot of money, who's kind of this grumpy old guy, and he wants to find the perfect bartender that can like make something like he refers to it as the glass of God, and you're not really sure if it's a drink or a mindset, like what it is. But this guy just rejects every bartender he meets, and he has his granddaughter and her co-worker basically out searching for the best bartender in this part of Japan that they're in. And they come across Ryu at Eden Hall, and he blows them away. But then he eventually meets the older guy, and the guy's just like, your drinks are awful, they all suck, you suck, your hair's dumb. And a side note, this old guy, he's like exactly like Cotton Hill from King of the Hill. He's just like a grumpy curmudgeon who's like 4 feet tall, and literally even when he's jumping up into a stool, he says like "upsa daisy," which I don't remember exactly if Cotton Hill says that in King of the Hill, but I'm pretty sure he does. So a funny little bit there. But eventually Ryu wins him over by making him this really strange drink called an Old Pal. And it gives this very reminiscent experience to this customer, and he then decides as well that he wants to pursue Ryu being a bartender in this really prestigious bar. But Ryu rejects every single offer and eventually comes up with an excuse saying, I'm afraid of heights. And it's just very apparent that that's a lie. And we are only at the point in the anime where there's 3 episodes out right now, and it's kind of just left off on this mystery point of like, what is Ryu afraid of? Like, what does this man need? Why doesn't he want to work at this amazing bar full of amazing opportunity? Which is nice. You know, I think every anime or manga you invest time in should have a little bit of mystery and leave you every episode wanting to know more. And this one, even though it's such a simple concept and a very specific kind of scenery, I think is very accessible to any viewer that might be interested in mixology or people or anything, literally anything. And I just thought it was a really charming show. The music and the intro is really cute and peaceful. I like that as well. other than that, I think there's like a good cast of characters so far. There's like this bartender, they call him like Mr. Perfect or something, and he's just again kind of a curmudgeon type, but he's, you know, he's this wise, aged, weathered bartender that, like, you know, tries to expose Ryu for not being ready to be this pro bartender. And I will say, just a weird thing, as someone that worked as a bartender in the States, it's a much different experience here. Like, when you work in restaurants, the only things you get used to are people being drunk in your bar, a toxic work environment, and a lot of drama. So it's much, I guess it's hopefully different in Japan, but it seems like there's much more honor that comes along with being a bartender. And it definitely, the coolest part about it is it almost takes itself really seriously in the way like a sports anime does, you know, and like they kind of like take just like a normal game of basketball and turn it into like it's like a battle scene, like in a shonen or something. They're always like mapping out each other's moves. Well, they somehow do this in this bartender show for making drinks, and it's like they'll have like them explaining like, well, the way you mix your ice will really get you off in the bedroom later. And it's just weird. They just come up with all these like crazy epic lines while just mixing, you know, a Manhattan, and it's really cool. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a bartender that I really like it, or was a bartender. So yeah, Bartender, Class of God is a really good anime so far. Again, it's only a few episodes in, so you can get in early on it, which is fun. Let me know what you think in the comments if you've seen it, if you want to watch it, if you got recommendations. I'd love to hear it. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe, hit that bell notification. And until the next video, weebs, I appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.